hard. All right, I got oh, right to my back here now. There's no, I gotta go.
How'd she feel?
Not huge, but
she ran for a while.
It's a long ways out there.
What are we, about 55 feet?
Yeah, nice and shallow.
Set this up wrong. We should have the sunrise.
I know.
I'll move that for you.
That's all right. It's good like that.
Yeah.
Sun's just coming up. Tried a little shallower here today. Of course, got the iFish Pro set up and just getting the rest of my camera gear out and set up in the shack and heater on. And looked out and we had a flag up.
And she was running.
Yeah. There's a long ways out there.
Is that yesterday's spot?
Yeah, probably. Just cut into the ice.
Straight down?
Yep.
Side.
He's on that side somewhere.
You don't have much line left.
No, he's here. There's the leader on.
There he is. Decent.
Oh, that's a nice one. There you go. Yeah, I should just. There you go.
Just like that.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Start.
Beauty fish on iFish Pro. I don't know, probably 27, 28 inch fish. We'll get right back in the water. It's kind of cold out this morning. Whew.
Gone.
There you go. That's a good way to start off the morning.
Oh.
As you guys just seen, we had a flag to kick off the day, and yeah, pretty awesome way to start off the day just as the sun was coming up, and got a really nice fish. But yeah, I'm going to share a few of my tips on how I set those iFish Pro, so you guys aren't going to want to miss it, so stay tuned. There we go, we got one chasing here. There we go, hooked up. Finally, it's been kind of a slow grind here this morning. But yeah, this one finally got one to chase up here, and we just switched to actually a pretty small little swim bait. Just something a little bit more finesse here. There's lots of bait around this morning, as you can see on the screen, but this is just under the ice here. Oh, he spit the hook right at the hole, so I got the wet sleeve. He spit the hook at the hole, so I got the little wet sleeve. He's burping, but we'll get this little guy right back in the water. And so first what I use, 43-inch heavy rod. I have 20-pound braid on here, and then I just run it to a 30-pound. Just have two single 1/0 hooks. And when I put my bait on, I like to use a herring. I usually like to hook it right through the top like that, just so your hook sticks out a little bit. Kind of keeps that hook buried. Then I'll run my second hook, kind of the same kind of scenario, just around the back there. So I'll throw it kind of through the back, just so it's sticking out a little bit. So you got a couple hooks sticking out. You always want those hooks to be facing that way, because when the fish eats it, it'll always eat your bait head first, and that way you always have some hooks that you can hook the fish with. So yeah, we'll get this bait right in the water here. So we keep free spooling our line here until the bait hits the bottom, and then we'll set up the iFish Pro. So yeah, once your lines hit the bottom here, as you can see, no more lines going out. Their bait's laying right on the bottom. Then we'll set up the iFish Pro. I usually just make a little rod holder in the snow, because you like to have a pretty good angle on your rod. You don't want it straight up, that way your line can free spool out down the hole and the fish picks it up. So yeah, we'll get this iFish Pro set up now. So you just put it over, put your line through the little hole there, And then what I like to do is I like to wrap it around the plastic trigger piece instead of running a bobber stop. So I just wrap it around 4 or 5 times, clip it on there like that, and yeah, when that fish hits here, pulls there, and now it can free spool all the line. Your flag's up, you can see. So yeah, that's what I do to set up my iFish Pro. So yeah, those are my tips for using the iFish Pro. You don't need the bobber stops. It's kind of hard when you're fishing deeper water. So what I like to do is just wrap it a couple times around the trigger, usually 4 or 5 times, and that usually will only work with braid. So if you're using mono, that tip probably ain't gonna work for you. And then yeah, just leave your bail open, and yeah, we'll just wait for a fish. Hopefully we get one soon. Oh, I got a flag. Oh, she's running. So we're running, we're just gonna reel up and set into it. There we go, we're hooked up. Again, on the iFish Pro, just had a fish chase us up in the shack there as this flag went up, and sure enough, we're hooked up again. There's a leader there. It's just under the ice. Go, another decent fish here. The hook so quick. There you go. Okay, yeah, another quick look here, and we'll get this fish right back in the water. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the lake trout structure that we're set up on today. Today we're set up on it's a pretty steep drop to main lake basin, probably 100-150 feet behind us there, but where we're set up, we're about 55 feet of water. And where my iFish Pro set up, it's a nice kind of feeding flat right on the top of the ridge. It's about 45 feet of water there. Yeah, so that's where we set up. Sometimes it's nice to fish that shallower water, and sometimes those fish on the top of those shelves are definitely more active when they're feeding. You have a better chance at hooking up to a few fish with the iFish Pro. There we got one, Jason. There we go. Came screaming off the bottom there. Off the heater so we can hear. Yeah, that one came pretty aggressively flying up. So yeah, pretty decent fish here. It's just under the ice. Doesn't want to come up the hole. It's dogging us pretty good here. It's only 7 inches of ice. It's hard to get him up the hole sometimes. Yeah, another beauty lake trout. I just got him on this little swim bait here. The big sky head, but yeah, I'll give you guys another look. But yeah, another beauty lake trout, getting right back in the water here. I'll give you guys a better look at what I was using there. This is a Rage swimmer with a big sky jig head, something a little bit smaller of a presentation. This fish are a little bit more finicky today, so I just kept switching it up until we found something that worked. So we'll get back down there and hopefully get hooked up again here soon. Yeah, so we're gonna call it a wrap for today. We didn't catch a ton of fish today, but we did get to do some cool stuff with the iFish Pro and share with you guys a few tips. So we did get 2 outside on the iFish Pro, 2 in here jigging. The bite was pretty slow today. We ended up figuring out how to catch them kind of towards the end of the day here. We only got to be out for about 3.5 hours, so still pretty fun to go out and catch 4 fish. But yeah, hopefully those tips with the iFish Pro kind of help you guys out with wrapping the line around the trigger like that. It's just a quick way to set it up, and you don't have to worry about that bobber stop as well as that other plastic piece. That kind of stuff can kind of get in the way when it does trip off. So it's just kind of nice to have all that stuff out of the way, and then you don't have to run that bobber stop up 50 feet of line to get your bait in the water. So yeah, hopefully those tips help you guys out. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the water next time.